I have visited Niagara Falls countless times. Last year, I crossed the US-Canada border by foot. I shared the video and you guys found it very helpful. So this year, I'm gonna cross the border by car over the iconic Rainbow Bridge. I'm gonna take you guys along with me as I embark on this journey and let's experience it together. Here is the Rainbow Bridge. It's a historic marvel connecting the US and Canada in Niagara Falls. So this bridge was opened in 1941. The name Rainbow Bridge is so apt. It was inspired by the frequent rainbows that can be seen over Niagara Falls due to the mist created by the falling water. This is one of the major border crossings between the two countries and about 6,000 vehicles cross the Rainbow Bridge each day. It was a 2.5-hour drive away from my city to the Rainbow Bridge. So we are starting to see the sign. So here is Bridge to USA. So we have to turn left. If we go straight, we'll reach Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Here is the duty-free store and here's the sign Rainbow Bridge to USA. We are now entering the Rainbow Bridge. On the right-hand side, those are the people crossing the border by foot. It's a beautiful warm day. So there's a huge lineup. Right now we are over the Rainbow Bridge. While waiting in the car, we can enjoy the majestic panoramic view of the Niagara Falls. So the farthest falls, that's Horseshoe Falls, and on the left hand side there are two falls, Bridal Veil Falls and the American Falls. So there are total 3 falls. All these tall buildings that are lined up, these are hotels on the Canadian side like Embassy Suites, the Tower Hotel, the Oaks, Falls View Casino Resort, here is Sheraton and here is the Crown Plaza. So all these hotels have rooms with the stunning view of the Niagara Falls. I have our passports ready. This is my passport and my husband's. Today is Monday and it's high traffic. So depending on the traffic, it could be from 30 minutes to an hour wait to get to the immigration. So right now I'm still waiting. There are a few more cars ahead of me. We have to take the lane that says autos, that's for cars. So there's a separate lane for RVs, trailers, campers and buses. Some of the lanes are closed. There is a stop sign. We have to stop over there and there will be a booth. An officer will be sitting in the booth. So that's where the inspection will happen. So that's the checkpoint. In this section, I'm going to share what documents are required to cross by car. If you're a Canadian citizen, you have to present a valid passport. If you're non-citizen residents of Canada, you will need to present a valid passport and a valid travel visa. We are almost there, so next we'll be talking to an officer at the checkpoint. Right now, immigration is in progress. The border official is asking us a series of questions. This is to assess the purpose of our visit and to ensure we are compliant with immigration and customs regulations. I'm going to show you a reenactment of my immigration interview.
Can you roll down the back windows, please?
Sure, rolling down the windows.
Where are you going?
Niagara Falls.
Are you meeting anyone?
No.
What's the reason for your visit?
Shopping and sightseeing.
Do you have any alcohol or food in the car?
No.
When was the last time you visited the US?
The last time was in June 2022. Very important, provide honest answers. If you're going to meet someone in the US, they will ask you who you are meeting, how are you related to that person, and you might have to provide more details on that. Now remember, the questions asked can vary for each person. In some cases, additional information will be required. In that case, you will be asked to go to the immigration office. So it's close to the booth. You have to park the car, go to the office. There will be some wait time, could be 30 minutes to an hour. We cleared the inspection. It only took us a few minutes. We are passing the US Customs Border Protection Area and we are seeing the welcome sign, Welcome to New York, the Empire State. So right now we are in the US. We are taking the I-190. It's 2 p.m. right now, so it's lunchtime. So we are in the city Buffalo in New York State. There's an outlet mall close by, 15 minutes drive away. So we are heading towards the mall to grab lunch and also we can do some shopping. Here's the mall fashion outlets of Niagara Falls, USA. So this is the first time I'm going to this mall, so let's check it out. So I'm gonna park my car. It's a pretty good mall. It's Monday afternoon, so not that crowded, and so this mall has so many branded stores. So we are heading towards the food court. We are super hungry, so let's first grab lunch. So many food options in this food court. I am feeling like having Italian food. I'm gonna go to La Rosa New York Pizzeria. I got the eggplant parm sub. I got the half sub. It's a pretty good size, and it got the fried eggplant with Parmesan cheese. I love the crispy fried eggplant with tomato sauce and Parmesan cheese. Yummy! After lunch, obviously it's coffee time. We are gonna get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. We used to live in the US for a few years before coming to Canada, and my hubs used to love this coffee, so we are gonna get this. Unfortunately, Dunkin' Donuts have shut down all their stores in Canada, so I got iced coffee. Much needed caffeine fix after the long drive, and right now I feel awake. We also did some shopping. This is an outlet mall, so we found great deals. We couldn't resist. If you're coming to Buffalo, this is a great outlet mall to shop. I would highly recommend this mall. We spent a few hours at the mall. Next, we are going for dinner. On our way, we saw this beautiful waterfront park. It's called Gratwick Waterfront Park. It's only 12 minutes drive away from the mall, so we spent some time over here. For dinner, we are heading to P.F. Chang's. It's in Galleria Drive in Buffalo. So it's around 30 minutes drive away from the outlet mall. We used to dine at P.F. Chang's quite often when we used to live in the US. In Canada, they have shut down. So I find this is a really good place. They got so many good restaurants like the Melting Pot, Cheesecake Factory, and a few more. They got covered spacious parking spots, so we parked our car and it's dinner time. My hubs got hot and sour soup. He loves this soup. And for appetizer, I got shrimp dim sum. Pouring the chili soy sauce over the dim sum. Look at that sizzle. My main entree is kung pao shrimp, and my hubs got the sweet and sour chicken. Everything tasted delicious, so we really enjoyed the food. After dinner, we are heading back to Canada, so we are gonna take the Rainbow Bridge and cross the border. We can cross the border over two bridges, either Peace Bridge or Rainbow Bridge. So we are going to take the Rainbow Bridge. We are seeing the sign Rainbow Bridge Canada only, so we are going to take that. So we are close to the checkpoint. Before entering the checkpoint, we have to go through the toll booth. So we have to pay the toll when we exit the US. It's $5 US. So we only have to pay the toll when we exit the US. When we enter the US, we don't have to pay the toll. We are driving over the Rainbow Bridge. Right now we can see the Sky Wheel on the Canadian side and all the hotels, Crown Plaza. So we are heading towards the checkpoint. We have to stop our car at the checkpoint. A border official will be sitting in the booth. So have your passport ready and they will ask us a bunch of questions before entering Canada. I'm going to show you a reenactment of my immigration interview before entering Canada. I didn't record it live. Sometimes the officer might not like it.
Can you please roll down the windows?
For sure.
How long were you in the U.S.?
It was a day trip.
How was your trip?
It was awesome. We had a great time. Thanks for asking.
Did you buy anything in the U.S.?
Yes.
What's the approximate value of the items?
$90.
All right. Have a safe drive home.
Thank you.
Luckily, we didn't have to pay the duty and taxes. It really depends on the officer. If it's a small amount, they usually waive the duty and taxes. For a day trip, if you have shopped a lot, they might ask you to present the receipt and declare the goods. If you have stayed in the US for less than 24 hours, no exemptions, we have to pay duty and taxes on all our purchases. Now it depends on the officer. If you have purchased for very less amount, they might waive the duty and taxes. If you have stayed for 24 hours or more, we can claim goods up to 200 Canadian dollars without paying any duty and taxes. Now be careful. If you have stayed for 24 hours or more and if you bring in goods worth more than 200 Canadian dollars, you have to pay full duty and taxes on the total amount. If you have stayed in the US for 48 hours or more, we can claim goods worth up to 800 Canadian dollars without paying any duty and taxes. The best way to estimate duty and taxes is to use a calculator. Here is the Government of Canada website. So use this website and fill all the fields. So here's an example. I'm picking apparel, clothing, and it's made elsewhere. And I'm gonna put 150 Canadian dollars. And when we click calculate, it will show the duty and tax breakdown. If you want to find out the hotels with the best view of Niagara Falls, I do have a video. I'll share the link in the description below. Check that out. That's a wrap, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe. I'll be back with more travel videos. Until then, happy traveling, take care, and bye!